a little strange. It's not often that a cruise ship is viral on the news and on the internet. 2 in the same week, and one is overwhelmingly more viral, more in the news, front page of every single news. But the other one, it's horrible. I mean, what they're doing is disgusting. No one's heard of it? Again, I don't know. It's just a little weird.
Disney cruise ship employees were caught during a child pornography investigation. Now, this Disney cruise has not been named, but we do know that it's one of several cruises that CBP, Customs and Border Protection, boarded as part of an ongoing child pornography investigation. They boarded 8 ships, and they spoke to 28 people that they suspected had child pornography or distributed it, watched it, were involved in some way. They found that 27 of the 28 people that they interviewed had some involvement, and those people had their visas revoked by CBP. They were sent back to their home countries. Most of them were from the Philippines. One was from Portugal and one was from Indonesia. CBS News has reached out to Disney for a comment in regards to this. Like I said, we don't know which ships, but we do know that some of the ships that CBP boarded were docked in San Diego, and some of them, at least one, was a Disney cruise ship.
Okay, guys, you're about to start seeing headlines that say Disney cruise ship and 28 crew members that got arrested for possessing and distributing illegal material involving minors. Which, if you didn't know, that's illegal child content. Now, I'm saying it like this because Disney or somebody is cracking down on accounts because they're like stamping Disney's name on this situation when they were only 1 out of the 8 boats that was involved. And people also think that the government is using the hantavirus. I made a video on this before, go down, to cover this up. So I'm gonna break it down. A bunch of cruise ships dock in San Diego, and a bunch of federal agents just start boarding the ships. And they start removing crew members, and families are just like watching them get arrested and taken off the ship. And as I said, they arrested about 28 crew members, and some of them were on the Disney cruise ship. I guess federal authorities have been investigating this for a while, and this was their sting. Now, as I said, they got arrested for illegal child content, right? So just like you, I'm thinking like, okay, were they filming the kids? Did they do something to the kids? Where did the content come from? Now, online, they're not reporting that this happened on the cruise ship. Basically, what they're saying is that crew members possessed the material, either on their phone, cloud accounts, shared links, apps. But other people are thinking, hell no. Disney cruise ship, kids, crew members arrested, and it's being organized. And they're trying to put this whole thing on Disney. Disney heard this and they was like, what the come on. We were only 1 out of the 8 ships. There was only a few of them on our ship. And these foreign workers are employed between a lot of these cruise ships. Take our name out of it. Now, some people are saying, it's kind of weird that the hantavirus cruise ship story is blowing up, but nobody's talking about this Disney cruise ship thing. I seen y'all comments in my video. They think the story is being silenced. They're like, do you think we're stupid? They think that somebody or some entity is pushing the hantavirus story to cover up this story. They're saying the timing is just too crazy. That's how people are looking at it. But as I said, guys, there's no report of this being a Disney thing. There's just some wicked people out here, all right? As I always say, guys, what do you think about this?
Everyone needs to hear about the Disney cruise ship situation because it's being buried thanks to another cruise ship. So 27 employees of various different Disney cruise lines were somehow involved in CP. Basically, investigators had some knowledge that these crew members might be involved in CP in some way. They pulled aside to interview 28 different crew members from this cruise, and only 1 of them were determined to not have involvement in CP and were let go. Now, these crew members were not from the US and they were deported to their home countries, 26 of which were from the Philippines. Now, at least 10 of the people detained were directly employed by Disney Cruise Lines. Now, we don't exactly know which Disney Cruise Line ships were involved, but we do know that one ship was the Disney Magic. Now, since this happened, a lot of people are asking if this CP might involve any passengers on the Disney Cruise Lines. Since these cruises are catered towards a younger demographic, that is a very disturbing and valid question. But I don't know if we're ever going to get answers regarding that specific question. All we know is that what has been described as a trove of CP was discovered, and that the employees that were arrested have some level of involvement with that trove of CP.
The Disney cruise ship child trafficking ring is so much deeper than you think. If you haven't heard, a Disney cruise ship was raided in a massive child exploitation sting, and 10 Disney employees were arrested. But it is so much deeper than that. Let's start in 2022. Disney employees and former judge among 108 arrested in human trafficking sting. That must be a coincidence though, right? 2021, parents sue Disney Cruise Line for $20 million over alleged essay of 3-year-old daughter. 2019, Disney cruise worker charged with 13-year-old girl. 2014, Disney Cruise Line fails to promptly report essay of 11-year-old girl. This has happened so many times that when the news reports arrests, they just say another Disney Cruise Line worker arrested. But there's no way that the same company with ties to Epstein could possibly be running some kind of child trafficking ring, right? That has to just be a crazy coincidence, right? I don't know, I could be wrong, but unfortunately, I don't think I am.